Hello everybody, how you doing? Appreciate you coming past the beauty video. So I hope y'all do enjoy it. So this is my first time ever doing a retrograde with the zodiac signs. I'm really is creative right now and I do want to do something different. So this is something different for me. So I already have everything kind of laid out. Basically, this is one of my creative spreads here. For this Mercury retrograde message. Far as it resonating, I already did one video. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna resonate or it doesn't. For example, like whatever your perception is, you know, if your perception is going to definitely determine how it resonates with you in any kind of shape, form, or fashion. Okay. Even though I'm doing this as a Mercury retrograde, my intentions was for this Mercury retrograde, but it doesn't mean that my intentions was granted as my wish as much as the messages is the most effectiveness in the translation of this video and through this tarot reading. But I just wanted to put that out there for the viewers so you could come and understand. Okay. Understand the logic that's going on. Hopefully it will help you out. As if you pay attention, I'm going to try to speak out my interpretation where I'm reading and everything by the translation of the way that I'm going to translate the energy messages or talk in this conversation. Not sure what's the specific word, but this is a tarot reading and this is a form of divination. So this is a divination services that's going on. So I wanted the cards to be out because I wanted to be in the flow of the energy that's presented before me. And I have been doing this lately of wanting to feel this, you know, this been going on since Virgo season, then we're in Libra season. I'm just saying. So, yeah. So I'm here with you now, Pisces, okay? If nobody could really see that, Pisces is the one that, you know, this one is focused on, okay? So, Pisces, I have to start yours off a different way. I need to start yours off from the tail end. Instead of beginning with Mercury retrograde, I'm going to explain why. When I finally got to the last card pull, which I'm going to explain some of this a little bit, okay? So, the sun is down here for a signifier because Libra is the shared energy. In determining how I wanted to set up this spread to translate the messages, one factor that I did consider was Mercury is trine with Jupiter and square with Pluto. Okay. So I felt it was very necessary that I took out all the components that I saw Libra was sharing with this energy that Mercury have. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I did not view the sun aspects in transit. I didn't view the transit aspects for Mars neither. Mars is another signifier. We'll get to that shortly. I only peeped at Mercury's. Okay. Now, my subconscious, my spiritual self could have took an overall big picture, right? But as far as my conscious intentions, I was like, Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. Okay, I didn't want to kind of drop all that into anything that wasn't beyond my layout. Okay. So, when I came upon the sun one, like I said, it was the last one, right? And the cards that came out for it was the moon and the page of cups. So I was like, hold on. Alright, I'm back, Pisces. So the story that I was trying to let you know, right? The feeling that came off with these two cards was, which is the moon and the page of cups, was like a lunar or solar eclipse, right? So I was like, okay, I need to go look. So I realized the next thing that's coming is a solar eclipse on December the 4th. Neptune would definitely be out of retrograde and be direct around this time with Pisces. The next unique thing that I found was the sun sign is Sagittarius and the solar eclipse is happening with a Sagittarius moon, with a new moon. Next thing that I found very interesting was the North Node would go back in retrograde for a short period of time during this, longer than the eclipse period, but during this eclipse period it will go in retrograde. But it had 4 days at 1 degree and 44 seconds. 4 days at 1 degree, 44 seconds. I thought that was very interesting too. Because with the moon coming up here, it just gave me now to decipher, like, decode it and what all of it mean. I don't know if that really all relate to your video. So on like me deciphering all of that down into what it possibly can mean, I just think that this solar eclipse coming up on December the 4th is very significant. Period. So, you know, my message is designed for people who is curious about their natal chart, trying to be on their spiritual journey, and you need a little bit of help, guidance, you know, all of that good stuff that's there. So, the decoding part of it, I don't know if it really relates to all your videos. So I really didn't decode it, but what I'm saying is this is the reason I needed to start off here, because that came through. Okay, so that means basically in this example, at least I could be explaining with me getting all this information, right, on the relevancy. If we in Libra season, that means that with this moon card and this page of cups, this sun energy while the retrograde is going on, it's like Pisces, make sure that you getting all the information that's needed. Just because, for example, I collected all this data, right? But I haven't deciphered. I haven't really 100% processed it, because I put a stop to the process time because I couldn't see the relation to where it was with your reading, right? This might be what you need to be able to admit. Maybe, you know, in the Libra, you got to understand, yeah, there's a code before you, but you need to research this code. And maybe you need to find every avenue, you know, that you possibly can find. All the statements, all the phrases, all the words, all the number links. You know, you need to do some real serious thinking, because with this moon card here. Now the page of cups is the amount of input that you put up in here, meaning that you just might get the equal results if Libra is all about balancing. Okay? Or if it's talking about justice, then you might get a worse result. So it's all about the way that you're going to be perceiving it within yours, because you can have double vision with Neptune. And Neptune being in retrograde with your energy. This is a very physics point of view. Okay? So you got a lot of water that's here that will be represented from the moon. We'll be talking about our psychological perspective of the connection with the tarot cards. And then you have the page of cups. Then you have Pisces itself. So you're talking about very much a lot of water energy, which can be very consistent with you being in your home planet. So it's comfortability that can be very there per se. But it doesn't mean that it won't have quick reactions, because we're on the sun side, the sun effect of Libra against your zodiac sign. Okay? Because, you know, every fish and crab don't get along in the sea. So underneath of this, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now you're talking about wishy-washy. Oh man. Yeah, your Nine of Pentacles, like I said, ending it, I described the comfortability, but once again, just make sure you process a code all the way through. Okay? If you're going through any of those spiritual connections and vibrations and frequencies, look, just trust. If I gave you that example, I'm trying to tell you it's a lot more, and I can't admit I didn't decipher all of it. When I couldn't feel the relation to your message, and then, I couldn't feel it, but then technically this is the relation to your message. Maybe it's all about everybody don't gotta know everything. Being able to discern how much you put into something with that Nine of Pentacles being there at the bottom. Alright. So now we're going to go to Mercury retrograde, which probably bring out a lot of sense, since this is just the signifier here. Because we do have the Empress. So on the Empress side of it, and then we have the Knight of Wands that's here for you. We're going to be talking about whoa. We could be talking about the fertilization process. The Empress deals with a lot of fertilization. So in the fertilization process of it, are we talking about your mutable energy that's up in here? See, mutable do have the ability to finish off change. It has that ability to be that trickster. It has that If it wants to weed it out, or how it wants to weed it out, how it wants to take it out, because you're gonna think we got the Nine of Wands here. So whatever it seems that this energy wants to be weeding out or removing, that kind of goes a little bit with the Sun energy also, if you think about it. Because I weeded out a message by doing your cards that I still don't know where to put it at. So meaning that this also could be you planning things that got some good returns that's coming. All of this could have been things that you already planted and bringing in good returns. So it don't seem like Mercury retrograde itself is going to be working against you per se. Now you'll have to discern between the Sun energy, which maybe it don't come until maybe the end, or maybe not, because see, that's still getting close to the cusp energy of Libra going in Scorpio. The signs changing over by the time Mercury get out of retrograde. So it might just be the observation of paying attention to being okay and having your rewards. Maybe, that's, retrograde up here do have reinvention. So maybe it's all about those rewards that's going to be coming your way, Pisces. And maybe they're just really great. Now, this is, another way to look at this is your standpoints on a fire energy that can be up in your chart. Which energy do you classify maybe your home planet to be, your maternal planet to be? Can be very significant up in this. So maybe your moon sign might have a fire sign that's there, Pisces, and you might have to read it. Maybe that fire sign is Sagittarius, and maybe this is a point in time, or maybe it's answering a question that you have in time, but just using this time for whoever the Pisces is that might come to let you know, okay, it's growing, it's in a process. You should be seeing results. Mercury retrograde you should see these results, because especially if you're in the point of redefining yourself, you should be able to be like, yeah, I have. And it should be feel more concrete, more fixed. The mobility of your energy should be a very strong heightened awareness of it. Could be very much there too, in a mutable standpoint. The shadow dynamic here is the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like this Five of Pentacles is the release that's going on inside. Like I just said, I don't feel beyond no resistance besides when you tap into the sun. Now I'm going to go over here to Mars, because Libra is also shared with Mars during this time frame, right? So, and that's what this signifier is Mars. So here we have the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So we can take this from the Libra side point of it, of the Nine of Swords being to the point in time of, if you're the type of person that you picky on the information that get released out to different people, whether, you know, it's all about, I want to be present when you tell somebody about me, or no, I just told you, I didn't expect for you to go get some extra advice for me. If those kind of things are some pet peeves, right? Mars could be playing with this Seven of Wands, right? Really the devil's advocate at this point in time, okay? Now, once again, I want you to take in consideration that I did not do the transit aspects for Mars or the Sun. But, like I said, Jupiter is trine with Mercury and is square with Pluto. So, being the Seven of Wands being here at this side of it, the devil's advocate would be coming from this energy that's going on, like I started with the sun. How many different ways can this coded message be perceived? But not only just about how many ways, which one did you stop on to make that decision? I think that's going to be very imperative in this situation. And that's where Mars comes in as a devil's advocate type of energy with Libra. So basically, from the standpoint of it, like, you're talking about Libra playing his job. Like, its energy is among these three planets for sure. So it gets to play, I mean, the justice role is devil's advocate. I mean, if we looking at regular society, people complain about a lot of people being misfairly treated by the criminal justice system, by politics. So when I'm talking about Mars enforcing the devil's advocate, it's all about, you know, for some people who are going through reintervention, well, maybe it's expanding your reintervention. So it's bringing up old surface shit. Can be it, with the Knight of Wands actually facing the Empress. Because it doesn't mean, to me, if it's already genuinely who you are, you shouldn't even have no fear. That should be something easy. And you should be feeling like those challenges right there is more like an escalator. And it's taking you to the next level. That's how I feel about it. Sometimes you don't want to go to the next level. Or sometimes when you get to the next level, you be like, what the fuck? Sometimes the next level be all gravy. It just depends on your path and your journey. Your clock, your time. But overall, it's not going to be very intense. unless you make it intense. You can make it psychologically intense. With Mars being right here, because that's the role that Mars is going to play with Libra. So basically, it's like Mercury would be telling you, don't blame me right now. Yeah, I am in retrograde with Libra, but hey, did you consider the fact that Mars is over here too? Now, if you ain't going to challenge Mars, which is supposed to contain Aries primarily and Scorpio, and then, like I said, I gave you the factor. Pluto is square with Scorpio. And not only that, Pisces, you the 12th house. So you play a South Node energy anyway. Automatically. Just your house space is the 12th house. The house of mystery. So why you wouldn't expect Mars to be functioning that way around in your energy? The shadow dynamic. Oh, we go back to it. The Empress. It's definitely got determination here. You should definitely feel a lot of determination during this Mercury retrograde. When this Emperor showing up like this, you should definitely feel a lot of determination. Now, that determination, once again, with Mars being there, is also meaning that maybe there's another avenue you need to go down first. This, like I say, you got to pay attention to the way I read the sun message. All right, good luck to you, Pisces.